different.
Every day.
Maybe a little out of place.
Yes, I have. So one time, I was living in California,
Yeah.
and I taught preschool, and it was a great time. Loved it. And so something that I guess that all the ladies did there is they have these scrapbooking parties.
So you're telling me you were not, there were other guys?
Nope, I was the only guy. I was the only guy on the staff. And yeah,
Sorry about that.
So it's okay. They said, hey, we're having a scrapbooking party. We're gonna come over. And so I was like, great. What is scrapbooking? I never heard of this before. And it was like, you have like pictures and you put them into a photo book. And I was like, so
if you don't know,
you just
Mark's not
put them
crafty.
into a photo album. I could probably do that. I don't know. So they said, so there's me and my friend, and we're the only guys there, and there are these
Perfect.
ladies, and they're all about the scrapbooking.
Well, yeah. That's
And so I was
Don't joke about that.
yeah, we don't joke about scrapbooking. So I was good for about 2 minutes, and then I was like, now what?
Did it.
I did it. It's done.
Put a picture in
Pictures
the book.
are in the book.
Nailed it.
Right, exactly.
Tree.
But I felt very out of place in that moment.
Yeah, I bet you did.
I think that the people here in 1 Thessalonians chapter 1, who Paul is writing to, they're very unique. And, not that always necessarily means that they're out of place. And yet, what's happening here in the New Testament is all of these churches, right? We have Corinth and Ephesus and Thessalonica now. All these churches, but they're all unique. They have characteristics that are unique to them. And so we're all part of one big church. And yet, within that church, it's made up of these local bodies, and each local body, like we are here at Cornerstone, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit unique.
Sure.
Maybe you know how to scrapbook, and that's cool.
I know. I was never that good at it either.
Well, I like how this chapter opens up. It says, Paul Silvanus. That's a name that you would be made fun of in kindergarten. And Timothy.
High school.
Yeah, right. And they write to the church of the Thessalonians and God. But it's neat here that even opening this up, Paul isn't serving alone. This isn't just Paul talking, but he's welcoming, he's bringing in others into the ministry.
Yeah, I think that's really important to make sure that you're always, you're not just kind of a lone ranger, you're not serving by yourself all the time, but you're able to bring people in and serve alongside them.
It's a humbling thing too, because inevitably you're gonna be wrong sometimes, right?
Sure.
You're gonna compromise and work with other people, and it's cool that Paul's really, demonstrating that.
Yeah, I think that could even be a way that, sometimes you can even burn out of ministry when you have that mentality.
Absolutely.
Because you kind of feel like you're the only one doing anything, and you feel really kind of depressed about it, and you're like, no one's helping me, no one else can do this.
Right.
And I think the hard part too is when you are working alongside people, there do have to be those compromises. You have to realize that your way is not the only way.
Right, exactly.
Which is difficult. And like you said, that's a very humbling experience to say, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to let you take the lead, and maybe that's not the way I would do it, but maybe it's a better way.
Right.
And maybe, and when you have more people in a room giving ideas and stuff, then things get better.
Yeah, and there's a lot of joy in that too, because
Absolutely.
It's not just you have someone that you can celebrate with. And I think that's how God intends it. I think that God intended for us to live and to serve in community with others.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, one of the things that we've been blessed with here, being a little over a year now, we've been here at Cornerstone. And Cornerstone is kind of like that church in Thessalonians. There are things that are unique. You're not going to take churches across the U.S. and say that they're all the same.
No,
there are things that make Cornerstone very unique and just very cool. And so we've experienced some of that.
Yeah. I think the people here, what we have seen kind of firsthand even, is that people are so willing to help when there's a need.
Yes.
I can remember a year ago when we had just moved into our brand new house, first time home buyers, it was a big deal, but yet none of our stuff was here because
it took so long,
when you move
guys.
across the country during a pandemic, it normally takes like 2 weeks for your stuff to arrive. It took like a month and a half.
A month and a half, right?
So one of our volunteers, one of the families here, they heard that we were sleeping on an air mattress. And it was literally just like a few days later, and they were at our house bringing in a full bed, mattress, box spring, like a bed with sheets and pillows and blankets. And they were like, just just keep it for as long as you need it. And we were like,
such a blessing.
are you serious?
Such a blessing.
And they're like, yeah, and whenever you're done with it, just let us know and we'll come back and pick it up. And that was just so huge. And I very much was struck with, I don't know how many places in the world would actually have people that would do this.
There's an incredible just servant's heart, I think, here at Cornerstone. And we've even seen that with so many of our volunteers.
Absolutely.
We saw it at VBS when we did VBS last year, and how many people came. We did, it was interesting, we did something that hadn't been done in the past is we offered potluck dinners to our volunteers at VBS. And so we just opened it up to the church and said, hey guys, can anybody help us and bring in food?
So much food, guys.
It was so incredible. I'll never forget that there was one family who serves regularly, and they were just, that first night, was almost in tears, saying it's been such a struggle for me to feed my kids and to get over here to VBS and to have these dinners provided. What a blessing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, guys, we'll see you next time.
Take care.